For these boys, silence is golden. Hey guys, Shutter here, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a kind of a review on the suppressed MP40 squad. So I'm basically going to be talking about the squad. I'm going to do its history. I'm going to be doing the composition of the squad, and then I'm going to be saying, where it's used for. So where the squad excels at, and then more or less talk about some, my opinion on the squad, and then you'll get a ranking on it. Now, I will of course start with the history. I am planning on doing this with every squad, so I'll be doing it with the Tunisia squad. I will be doing it with the PPK as well in Berlin. So I'll be doing those later. I don't know when, but I'm gonna start with these guys. And yeah, let's start with the history. First, of course, a brief history on the squad. Now, the squad was probably a part of the 277th Infantry Division because it's got the same insignia of the Infantry Division. But this is actually quite an interesting division. Now, it was formed as part of the 10th Mobilisation Wave. It was supposed to be formed in part of the 10th Mobilisation Wave, which was around May 22nd, 1940. However, the order was rescinded. The 277 was actually formed in 1943 as part of the 22nd Mobilisation Wave and was deployed in Normandy. The division was essentially made up of a bunch of battalions, obviously, but the main two which I think were quite interesting are the 277th Fusilier Company and the 277 Panzerjäger Company, basically, which was essentially two divisions which would probably be what you're fighting with this division. The division would end up being deployed on the Western Front, but was nearly entirely destroyed during the campaign, and would later take place in the Lorraine campaign, and later the Battle of the Bulge. But it would be captured during the Ruhr Pocket encirclement. So, yeah, not really a really good thing. During the final year, though, around the Battle of the Bulge, it was reformed as the 277th Volksgrenadier Division, so it was essentially redefined as a Volksgrenadier Division. So, yeah, with that being said, how is it in game? So, in terms of squad composition, it's actually a very interesting squad because it's one of the most unique pseudo-premium. It's probably the most unique pseudo-premium alongside of course, the SAS squad, which came in the same event. But also, in terms of premiums, it's the most unique because of the AT gunner. Now, in terms of composition, every soldier has a suppressed MP40. Now, this is, of course, a MP40. It's essentially a 5-star a maxed out MP40 with a suppressor. Now, the suppressor actually does do something. Before anyone says, the suppressor actually does do something, and that is that if you're firing it, bots are actually. It takes a bit longer for bots to realise what's going on, and so you can actually use it for sneaking up on bots. Because if you fire in a weapon, the bot will immediately. So let's say you're firing a regular MP40, a bot will automatically turn its head and will go towards it. But with a suppressed weapon, bots are a lot more skeptical to it, and it makes it so that basically suppressed weapons can be used as really good ambush tools. And of course, this squad has 5 of them, kind of like stuff like the Corrali squad or the Monitor squad, where even though these aren't technically the weapons that the classes have, like engineers and bombers, they've got them anyways. In terms of equipment, they all 5 actually have unique equipment. Now, the assaulters come with the same thing. They come with 3 impact grenades, a large backpack with 3 medkits. It does come with 3, not 4. I actually put an additional medkit here, and a flask. Meanwhile, the engineer comes with the same thing, suppressed MP40, the hammer, comes with an explosion pack, comes with a backpack, a flask, and 3 med packs. But again, I put an extra tool bag in because, well, I actually put tools on all my engineers. As with the AT gunner, exact same thing, explosive pack, backpack, flask, med packs, MP40, but it also comes with a Panzerfaust. Now this is very interesting because the Panzerfaust is a level 30 weapon. Now you can actually de-equip this and put in a Sturm pistol. So let's say you don't want the Faust for some reason, you can put the Sturm pistol. You can also put the Verketten in, but if you put the Verketten in, the mask actually changes from the Riddler mask to the gas mask that the Verketten has. So that's an interesting thing. It won't just clip through, it just makes it so that the Verketten mask overrides it. So yeah, if you want that, then fine. Now, with their equipment completely covered, now I should probably go on to talk about how to use these boys. Now, the way to use the suppressed squad is basically to use it kind of like a recon like a recon squad, hence the name. Now, again, the suppressed weapons support this to the extreme because, well, you know, you're going to be using suppressed weapons, and of course the bots don't really, a bot being hit by a suppressed weapon doesn't actually respond as quickly as someone who's being attacked by a regular weapon. So you've got this, as well as this camouflage here, the bushes you can see at the top, they actually work on some in areas like Labrie, on the parts of Labrie, on stuff like parts of Ruins of Valks, Versamer, basically anywhere where there's bushes. So basically on almost every map other than Omir and the Saint Lo, these guys basically you can use them to kind of camouflage yourself into the terrain, and sometimes it can be a bit difficult to see. And that can lead to some really good advances with the Faust, as you can just pull out the Faust and do a pretty solid kill on a tank, especially something like a Calliope or a Jumbo. Let's say a Jumbo is coming past, you can just hide in a bush and then fire the Panzerfaust. It's a very, actually, interesting squad to use in terms of just being, its reconnaissance. That being said, how does it actually stack up? Look, for someone... So I'm just basically going to be using my experience with the squad now, and I'm basically going to explain how, I would suggest it, and how it really stacks up. Automatically, if you're looking at this, if you're on a low level normally, let's say level 5 or something, this squad will be your best squad. Like, if you're level 1 all the way to about level 20... This is hands down the best squad in Normandy. The MP40 already is a very powerful SMG, and the MP40 already carries Axis Normandy. You're going to be using the MP40 already in Axis Normandy until level 22 when you get the MP35. So with that, you're already getting, so you have 5 soldiers with maxed out MP40s, you get a much better anti-tank weapon than the Sturm pistol, and you get an engineer in your squad, and you also get some free impact grenades, explosive packs, flasks, large backpacks. So you basically got a lot of, if you've got this squad and you've not, let's say you're like level 1 to 20, you're pretty much going to be loaded for a good part of the campaign. Now, the interesting part is, how does it stack when you've got stuff like this? When you've hit the max level and you just basically got maxed out MP43, FG42, MG34 spam. How does this squad stack up with that? And in my honest opinion, it holds very well, actually. No, no surprise. These MP40s are actually really good. Like, I know you might think, but the MP43 is overpowered. You know, you've said that the MP43 is one of the most powerful weapons in the game many times, and I have said that, yeah. But this thing just holds its own, and it holds its own quite well against some of these soldiers. I will say though that if there was I would say it's not as good as the MP43. So if you're like me and you have 3 MP43 spam squads, then I can understand having, probably not using this. But even then, this thing can still do work. And honestly, if you're low level in Normandy or you don't have access to many squads, this is a very good squad to use, in my opinion. So we'll get on to the let's just end things off with how. So I've already said how to use it, essentially using it as an ambush, close range ambush, basically. I've already said, some history and stuff like this. I'm going to give it a score out of 10 and basically say what I think about the squad. Out of 10, I'm going to give this squad a 9. Okay, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. The only reason it's not a 10 out of 10 is because it's very powerful, and it'd be a humongous help for anyone who hasn't got MP43 spams. And honestly, it's a lot of fun to use. It's generally one of the most fun pseudo-premium squads in the game. I love these things, and the MP40 suppressed is actually really good. And the fact that these guys come really loaded, you can use, and you can even put you can put mines, you can put binoculars, you can put pistols on these. I haven't done them yet because I've just not had the time. But basically, these guys are just really good, and they look cool as well. That's another thing. They actually look really good. The only reason I'm not saying it's a 10 out of 10 is because, like I said, by the late game, they do kind of drop off slightly. But other than that, if you've got these and you haven't played Normandy Axis, just give these give Normandy Axis a go, use these, and you might be pleasantly surprised. You might actually enjoy Normandy Axis. Although, to be honest, that's not hard, because Normandy Axis is my favourite campaign, but I digress. Anyways, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Leave your thoughts in the comments of what you guys think of this squad. Do you think it's a good squad? Do you think it's a bad squad? I personally think it's a very good squad, so if you also join the Discord, if you want to see more videos, leave some suggestions as well, because I have got a few suggestions which I have to do, which I said I will do. So yeah. Anyways, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.